I've been banging on about cars and milk floats now for 2 odd years, just over a year on YouTube, and I thought it was about time we addressed the elephant in the room. And by elephant, no, I don't mean me. I mean the heavy goods vehicle, because we all know that we're all being forced to buy milk floats from 2030 and they're going to save the world, and all the emissions and all the other crap that I've gone on and on and on about how it's all bollocks. But the fact remains that in the UK, and it may be unique to the UK because other countries do use other methods of delivery, but in the UK, everything, and I mean everything, is delivered by an HGV. That's just fact, not to be disputed. Name me something that gets delivered by train. I can name something, actually. Liquid clay. Not your everyday item, but nevertheless in Cornwall, liquid clay is picked up and delivered by train. Nothing in Asda's delivered by train. Nothing in a supermarket's delivered by train. Nothing anywhere is delivered by train. So how many HGVs are there on the road right now? According to latest figures, 534,969 HGVs on the road in the UK right now. Now, bearing in mind, they do about 10 to the gallon. Therefore, to equate that to diesel cars, times it by 4, that's 2.1 million diesel cars. So HGVs are already outnumbering the amount of milk floats on the road. So the pollution is not being cut at all, because the HGVs will keep banging it out at 4 times the rate of your diesel cars. So you can get rid of 2 million diesel cars. It doesn't matter. We got HGVs and they're going nowhere. And do you know why? Because the electric truck is like a unicorn. It is never going to exist, because HGVs exist, heavy goods vehicles, because they're heavy, because they have to transport heavy weights. If you make a heavy goods vehicle heavier by sticking 18 million Duracell batteries in the trailer, it then doesn't have any room for any of its goods that it needs to transport, and it just becomes an expensive battery carrying thing that drives around the country and does anything. And if you don't think I'm telling the truth, how many HGVs are electric on the road right now in Britain? Bearing in mind how long we've been developing this for and how long it's been going on for, how many HGVs on the road are electric in Britain right now? The answer is 300. Out of 534,000, there are 300. How many HGV public charging points are there in the UK right now? Now, I'll give you a second to shout out your answers. Now, put your hands up, please. Did any of you say 1? Because that's the answer. 1. There is only 1 HGV charging point in the UK, according to Google, as of today. So, we're in a position where we've got 534,000 HGVs doing a marvellous job, and there are no other delivery methods. And before you say, what about shipping? Everything that comes in on a container, how does it get off the docks in that container? On an HGV. That's how. How do milk floats make it most of the time to their dealership? On an HGV, unless you have people like me delivering them, but very rarely was that to a dealership. That was always end user, fleet purchase, business purchase. To get to the dealership, they got there on the back of a car transporter, powered by diesel. So that's shipping out. Oh, shipping, of course, uses diesel anyway. Trains are out. Planes, same thing. Soon as it gets to the airport, how does it leave the airport? HGV. Everything in this country is distributed by HGV. That's just the way it is. And when it's not distributed by HGV, it's distributed by van. And at the moment, like good vehicles and vans, of which there are, that includes your 7.5 tonners. I think it might even go up to 12 ton. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but definitely 7.5 tonne and below is classed as LGV and vans. There's 1.1 million of them on the roads that then take the stuff from the HGV to make it more convenient to deliver it in a smaller vehicle. Out of them, only 9% of them are electric as of this year. No, sorry, 9% were bought electric this year. It's not 9% of 1.1 million. I don't actually have the figure, but it's less than 9%. So I would imagine, look, it's not very many. And I know right now there'll be a milk float again. Amazon, they use electric. How does it get into the Amazon electric van? When they go to the depot in their electric milk float van and have to plug it in before they can leave the depot, while they're plugging it in and loading up their van with their 400 parcels that they then go out and play dodgems in the van with, how does the parcels get from the Amazon depot up country to the Amazon depot locally? Ooh, HGV, that's right. So you're still not solving the problem, because all you're doing is relying more and more on HGVs, because there is no other alternative. Forget the bloody Tesla truck or whatever it is. That was just a bollocksy bit of PR. No one's ever going to be able to afford to run them. If it was any good, Eddie Stobart would have 200 of them by now, wouldn't he? How many's he got? None. There's a reason for that, because it doesn't work. So there you have it. The elephant in the room is the HGV. Lorry drivers, I salute you on your wonderful work that you do across the country in keeping us going. Because quite frankly, if the lorry drivers went on strike, we're all fucked. And that's not blowing smoke off a lorry driver's ass. I've never driven anything above 7.5 tonne myself. Don't consider myself to be a lorry driver, though I did enjoy the experience. But it's true. Lorry drivers all pack up tomorrow. The whole country's screwed. Literally within seconds. The whole country's screwed because they keep the whole thing going. There is no viable alternative to them. So they are going to keep pumping out the diesel time immemorial. Certainly for the next 10 years at least. Whilst us, in our tiny little milk floats, are driving around somehow saving the planet from the 1% of carbon that we produce of a global population, of which 0.04% of that is actually carbon in the atmosphere, of which we contribute 0.0000001%. Which is why, when it comes to EVs, I say, a future my arse.